This yacht is trending on the workshop right now, but is it actually any good? Well, certainly not on land. Well, it swims and looks awesome while doing so. Now let's just swim on here and have a look. And oh my god, look at this couch. This looks awesome with the pillows. And we even have like a little minibar over here, a radio, multiple levels of the raft we're gonna explore. And this sign actually looks really much like a TV. And here we've got a little tiny bathroom, which is all the essentials you need though, except a door you cannot close. Now we can also have an amazing view from the outside, and we actually have a freaking helicopter pad. We even have like a little sauna over here. I mean, at least that's what I think this is. But dude, this is so detailed and doesn't even use any mods. Like, just look at this engine room. Like, how can you fit so much into a yacht? It even has this billiard table. Then we have a couple beds over here, and we can actually go onto the deck where the helipad is. Now, if we go downstairs here, the detail on this is still absolutely amazing. Like, whoever built this definitely knows what he's doing. Like, no matter where I go, everything just looks so sweet. All right, now let's take this whole thing for a swim. Why is this red warning light blinking? Well, I'm sure this doesn't matter. Alright, this whole thing is just moving. Oh my god. And it actually drives really well. Like, it even looks amazing at nighttime. Do we have like a little boat over here? Alright, I definitely have to test this one as well. Oh my god, it actually works. Dude, this yacht is absolutely epic. Next, we have this Marvel drone. Now, this uses the new Legend mod. It's gonna be fun trying to figure out how this works. Oh my god, I just clicked on the back and now I'm inside this drone. Oh my god. And we can actually shoot stuff. And we have rockets. Oh no, the whole drone just keeps flying away. I need to remember which button is the guns, but this thing is so goddamn deadly. This is really cool, man. I also wanted to show you this amazing trolley bus, but then I saw this endless mod list. But at least the screenshots look dope. Next, we have the useful parts pack. This mod adds a lot of cool stuff to the game. Like, there's also a bunch of survival parts. If you want to place clamps around your map, for example. They even have new blocks such as amber, billboard blocks, and this very buoyant metal block. Well, the billboard block just looks like metal, but oh, the texture's just... what the hell? Anyway, at least the amber block looks cool. There's even like the wardrobe as a separate block where you can customize your character. A placeable wok. There's also other tools like this large explosive spawner and this fly tool you can use to fly, so it's a really cool mod. Then we have this Ford Raptor car. Now it's a big boy and also uses the Legend mod. Like, dude, this car is huge. I'm gonna look like a dwarf if I can actually reach the chair. The interior looks good. And for some reason we have like a wine glass over here. Alright, let's take this thing for a drive. Okay, it looks like I can reach about 80 km/h. But yeah, this car looks really good. Oh, we even have blinkers working and I just crashed into a tree. Yeah, man, that is a really solid car build. Fast and Furious 1968 Dodge Charger RT. Now, this is a good old vanilla car, as you can see. Well, and it only has one seat. And it's also a car that makes you blind while you're trying to drive it. Anyway, let's see what this thing can do. Although this car isn't very tall, the suspension is really doing a good job. Then we have lights, of course. A horn. Oh, I am just opening my doors while driving. That is not a good idea. And I think 5 was the boost. So if I activate this, oh my god. This goes really fast. We can even do wheelies. Oh, I think I'm turning back. Yes. Oh, that works so much better. Like, yeah, this thing is actually made for doing wheelies. Like, it lifts the car off the ground. Like, yeah, that is really cool. Except that I can't steer while I'm doing wheelies. And now I'm crashing into the ocean. Well, it's still a really cool build. Next up is Lego Destiny's Bounty by Moonbow. Like, he actually built this thing on stream, and it honestly looks great. I especially like the detail on the dragon over here. Like, it really looks like a dragon. And I hope the lag is gonna get a little bit better when I drop this into the ocean. Oh, there's still the car from before. Yes, the lag actually got better. Well, I think it's fair enough to say that this looks awesome as well. Alright, let's take this thing for a drive, and the cannon is turning while I'm steering. Let's see what our switches can do. Oh my god, are we transforming the ship? Nice. And we can even lift our sail. And number 3 is gonna... Ooh, we can throw down our anchor. Well, it doesn't really reach far. Anyway, still really impressive. Now, there's quite a few builds by Scrapman on here. According to YouTube, you already know him very well. Next, we have this 2022 Ford GT no mods. According to the workshop description, this has been in the work for quite a while. And again, this is also all vanilla. So, I mean, well, it uses blueprint editing, but you still can't deny the, like, mastery that went into building this. Like, these are really some quite complex shapes and details, and like, I can't wait to drive this thing. Alright, let's take this thing for a drive, and oh my god, it's actually quite fast. Okay, it's not really made for this terrain, to be honest. Okay, I think I should really join a flat map. Now you can really see how fast this thing is. Oh, and if you press 4, it actually has automatic blinking. And if I actually would have pressed 5, this is how you raise the suspension. So that would have helped a ton on the terrain. Then 6 is just a good old radio, and 7 is the horn. Well, I think I don't need to say that this thing is amazing, because it absolutely is. Next, we have this white tiger robo. Now, the only description on this thing is press 1 and transform. So let's just do that. And, oh, actually, something is happening. Oh my god! Wow, we actually have a walker now. That is really cool. And it actually works really well. I mean, not only that, but it also looks really realistic. Okay, for some reason, whenever I walk backwards, the arms just wave. And I'm also wondering if this thing can walk in tiger form as well. And yes, it can. It's a transforming walker. Holy moly. I don't think I've ever seen something like that on the workshop before. Man, that's seriously amazing. Like, just look at this. I'm just walking in tiger form, and then I casually press 1, and okay, this looked a little bit more epic before, but it's still like, boom, and it's done. So cool. Next, we have this giant QR code, and if you want to do me a favor, you can just scan this QR code yourself. Like, just pause the video right now and grab your smartphone to scan it. Don't worry, I'll just be waiting here. Just pause the video and scan it. Well, if you didn't pause the video, you of course know that this is a rickroll. Like, I'm not falling for this trap again. Next, we have another amazing battleship. Now, this thing has a lot of spot guns on it. And since it's entirely made out of cardboard, it's probably not a good idea to let a glow bug on this boat, but I'm gonna do it anyway. Alright, now the driver's seat is all the way hidden here. And that's a lot of buttons, but first of all, this just drives with WASD controls. Then 1 and 2 are for turret rotation. Oh, with 3 and 4 we can control the angle. And with 5 we can fire. 6 is gonna fire our secondary weapons, which is probably more effective than our main cannons. And the glow bug just ate one of the cannons. And 7 and 8 are for our lights, and oh my god, this is so bright. Almost like using Discord's light theme. Like, this whole thing is illuminated at night. Like, it's just inviting potatoes to hit it. Anyway, this would probably be a cool battleship if I actually had friends to test this with. Thornton Galena GA40XT. It's just a car from Cyberpunk. Alright, so first of all, it doesn't have any buttons. And I'm only half blind driving it. And you can actually see this has... Ow, I totally did not see that tree coming. And I'm only half blind driving it. As I was saying, you can totally see this thing has quite the suspension. Like, it was designed for driving through the badlands of Cyberpunk. So it should probably do fairly well against scrap mechanic terrain. Well, I think the emphasis is on should do well because, I mean, it could also just be my driving skills. Then we have the underscore Lincoln Continental underscore. Like, this car really has style. And it's even so epic I had to lower my graphics settings. It steers quite well, it's not slippery, and actually has some kind of suspension. Now it could be a tad faster, but let's see what all these buttons do. 1 and 2 are for the rear and front wheels, and there goes the suspension. This is actually really interesting. If we press 3, we can listen to the trunk. And I don't know why it makes this weird melody. Oh, and there's also a duck, of course. Oh, we also have automatic blinking. Oh my god, this is really fancy. Yep, and 5 and 6 are some lights. 8 is to open up the hood. And oh my god, this is one of the most realistic engines I've seen in Scrap Mechanic. And I'm kind of scared when I open up the trunk, because there's weird noise coming from it. And 0 is to just open the doors. And with the passenger seat, we are supposed to do a dance. Like, these are the instructions. 1, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2, 4, 3, 1, 2, 4, 3. Okay, I don't think I get the reference from this car, but it's so unique compared to all the other workshop cars. I really love it. Next is the adjustable mountable spot gun mod. This mod adds 2 new items. We can interact with this cannon, and if you're wondering why the numbers are so tiny, it's because it looks much better on a full HD display. Anyway, now here we can change the projectile. So for example, we could just shoot tape, which should also be able to break through these wood blocks. Yep, we can change the damage of the projectile, and if I just keep clicking this button, this is gonna one-hit a Farmbot at some point. We can also shoot multiple projectiles at once, so we can basically turn this into a shotgun, especially if we turn up the spread a little. Yep, that's quite powerful. We can reduce the reload time, increase the velocity, and even activate continuous fire. Now, this thing is a really strong thing, and it's probably, yep, it's crashing scrap mechanic. Like, yeah, this is really fun to just play around with. And the block that comes with the mod, yeah, if we just interact on this block, it's gonna install a modded spot gun. Now we get a new spot gun in our inventory, and if we press R on this, we can modify our spot gun, which is really cool. I think this mod is just great for experimenting with some stuff. No mods, Warthog from Halo 4. And interestingly, the creator never played Halo. Well, first of all, there's some really strong suspension. So yep, this does really well in this terrain. Oh, I just flipped the car. So if you actually know how to drive a car, this is really not bad. Alright, and the gunner sits at the, well, gun. And with 1 and 2, we can turn the gun around. 3 and 4 to rotate, and 5 is to continuously fire. So yeah, that's a pretty nice turret. Well, but since I didn't play Halo 4 either, I can't really say too much about this car. Except that I'm not really good at driving. Next, we have this really big off-road track tile. Oh my god, this is a huge racetrack. Alright, so to test this track, I'm gonna use the 970 Dodge Challenger TA. Like, I really hope this car has good suspension. Okay, we've got 2 buttons. 1 is for light and 2 is for the horn. Well, I don't think this car has the best suspension. Now, I guess this is what this Warthog... Oh my... yeah, I don't think I have the right car for this track necessarily. Although that worked at least. Like, this is really challenging terrain. But yeah, if you really are into driving off-road cars, this tile is really nice to test them. Like, I know there's people who are crazy about building the best suspensions. I want to see a car that drives this track smoothly. Next, we have this present factory. Like, I still can't believe there's so much Christmas stuff. Alright, first of all, this looks really neat. Like, you've got your candy canes, a Christmas tree, and those Christmas leaves. That's definitely what they're called. And oh my god, look at this little choo-choo. Like, this is the tiniest train on the workshop. And like, even though it's so tiny, it looks so good. Anyway, this is a present factory, so how do I start this thing? Oh, there's one switch I overlooked. And oh, the train even moves. Then there's like snow coming out of the window. There's like a duck rolling around. And this present, oh my god, the duck is actually going into the present. Oh my god, this is so cool. Like, dude, whoever made this was really creative. Like, I just can't get over the duck. It's so brilliant because the piston doesn't have collision. It just can straight go into the present and then go to the ground because there's like actually a block missing in the conveyor belt, but you don't notice. Yeah, this is really great. Next, we have this huge survival truck. Like, it's so long, but it also has this crappy survival look. Like, it just looks so dirty and stuff. Oh god, there's like a really complicated suspension here. It can hold up to 4 passengers. And we've got like this passenger wagon. Yep, there's like a couple of beds in here and this button, which of course activates the light. And oh, this is a spot gun. Nice. We've even got like a little bar over here and a toilet with a door, hopefully. No, there's no door. But you've got a shower. And in Scrap Mechanic, you shower with glue. I don't really know. Oh, we can actually extend this thing and then carry cars around. That is really cool. Yeah, it would be cool if there's actually fuel tanks inside this thing. But yeah, this is still super cool. Now, I can't wait to take this thing for a ride. Okay, 1 is the horn again. 2 is... Oh, 2 is the radio. 3 is lights. And 4 is even more lights. So yeah, it looks pretty good at nighttime too. But this whole thing can also drive. And yeah, there's some really heavy weight we're lifting. And you should not take very sharp turns with this thing. This thing must consume so much fuel on survival. At least it feels very heavy to drive. I like the good thing is survival has roads at least, unlike this terrain world. But yeah, quite impressive. Especially because I think this was originally built in survival. Next is this Hogwarts Quest Christmas edition. But this is a challenge and would take quite a while to cover, and Scrapman already has a video on it, so I'm just gonna link to that. Next we have the self-building elevator by Geminite. You can already see the blocks it's about to play through the other blocks. It's kind of a bug and scrap mechanic, but it looks really good for an elevator. I mean, it just has glass on all sides, which is like really rare for an elevator. What do these buttons do? Let's just press them and... Yep, I think it's starting. Oh, it's building the rail on both sides. Like, that's really interesting. And now it actually is moving. One block at a time. That is really cool. Now, I guess I'm gonna let this stay for a while and... Alright, I hope this was enough of a while. Well, we could go much higher, but I'm kinda impatient and the view from here is already good. So, what do the other buttons do now? Ah, I can even stop the thing and go down. I think? Okay, I don't think I can go down. Okay, I just changed the physics to 1 and this elevator goes down. This is how it works. Anyway, this is still one of the best elevators I've found. Like, I did not even start on exactly even ground and it worked really well. Next, we've got this Bumblebee by David Bagetta. Like, he's just been making awesome creations for so long. So, oh, I was still on physics 1. Like, imagine Transformers movie, but it's physics 1 and everyone just looks like this. Now, this looks a lot better. For now, just looks like a normal car and, of course, drives pretty good. 1 activates the headlights, 2 activates the radio, 3 is the horn, and once I am gonna get out of these woods, I can show you the best part about this whole build, of course. Now, if I just press 4, this whole thing is gonna transform into a transformer. Or like the bot version of it. And this is looking... Oh my god, this looks so much better than I expected. Can I... Okay, we drive, we don't walk. That's good. And if I press 5, my arm is gonna shoot. Yep, that works. Okay, now this is not as balanced as the car version of it. Alright, let's try driving again. Oh, I just smacked myself onto this rock. But dude, this looks so cool. Now, what I was just gonna point out that the steering is... Well, it's actually not that bad. But yeah, it's just beyond me how some people can build these awesome transforming creations. Like, isn't that like super complicated trying to figure out where everything's gonna move and stuff? Next, we have this Doom logic game. Oh my god, it has this cube animation. Dude, that is insane. Like, I think he hand-wired it. 1500 logic gates. This is already looking great from the outside. Like, really good job on this. And yeah, there's quite some logic going on. And there's like an actual shotgun here. Oh, I did not expect there to be that many connections. Like, it didn't look that bad from the outside. Oh my god, we even have sounds on this thing. Oh god, this is gonna get amazing. Alright, let's just hop into the seat and... Okay, there's just one button. I press the button and nothing happens? Oh, start as W? That's not really convenient, to be honest. Holy shit! That intro! Damn! Wait, we can actually move? Like, he legit made Doom in scrap mechanic. Oh, there's an enemy. I need to press the button to shoot and it's game over. Like, I can't believe he actually made Doom in scrap mechanic. Okay, let's try this again. Okay, so the levels are not randomized. The animations are spot on, to be honest. Like, what is preventing me from just spamming the shotgun? But like, dude, this is insane. Okay, I think I missed one enemy. Oh, he's actually blinking on the map. Like, even the sounds are amazing. This is so good. Victory. Well, bear with me if I say this is actually quite a simple logic game. Like, it's not too complicated. But what I find most mind-blowing is the actual, like, graphics of this game. Like, I'm pretty sure they're just all animated by hand. Just by a couple of timers that control everything or so, which is like really annoying to do by hand, but like the result is just absolutely amazing. Like, I'm so mind blown by this. Like, yeah, just really good job on this logic game. I would love to see more games like that. Like, that guy is so creative, like, even with the shotgun pointing at the screen and so on. Like, speaking of logic games, welcome to Google Dino. Now, this one, interestingly, uses this water cannon as a randomizer. So it's like using the spread of the projectile to get random numbers, which is like so creative. And yeah, there's also a lot of connections going on here, but let's jump into the toilet. Like, this is like a premium gaming chair. You don't even need to leave it to go to the toilet. Anyway, if we press 3, we're gonna start the game. And you can see this water randomizer working. It's quite loud, actually. 1 is to jump. And if I press 2, I'm gonna duck down. And this way, I can just play this Google No Internet game. And yeah, we've also got a fully working scoreboard, which is pretty nice. Now, let's see how high I can get. And yeah, we're just gonna ignore that one. Make the slow dying animation, and then it just says RIP. And we can also restart the game. Like, this is extra logic you need to add to your game. Like, that's one of the things why it said the Doom game is actually not that complicated logic-wise, because you can't even reset it, but it was still mind-blowing. Just like this one is. Okay, isn't there a bird and a cactus at the same time? Like, that is really difficult to dodge. Now, funnily enough, there's another Google dinosaur game trending on the workshop. And this uses 8,400 logic gates. Like, this is half of what Donkey Kong needed. Dude, this is huge. And just look at this title screen and everything. Dude, I just can't wait to play this one. Oh god, this is so big. Oh, also, if you play this game in full HD, you might want to mess around with your field of view, cause that affects the render distance of logic gates, I think. Like, there's even separate controls for the menu. Oh my god, this is an actual menu screen. Holy moly. So we can turn on sounds, which are on by default. We can also turn on cheat and bot. Now I'm just gonna leave them there, and this is so crazy. Alright, let's start the game and see how it goes. Look at the walking animation and the high score. It updates in like real time, and I'm already dead. It even has a working high score system and like a replay button. Oh my god, this is insane. All right, the jump is a little bit slow, so you gotta keep that in mind. Oh, I think I found a glitch. Like, I'm the last person to complain about a glitch in a logic game. Like, I know the pain. Okay, I'm really bad at this game, not gonna lie. But the best part is, if I suck too much at this game, I can just activate cheats. Alright, now I really just want to show you this day-night cycle feature. Okay, I've reached a high score of 300, and, you know, it actually changed to dark theme. And, of course, I just died. But the transition is so smooth. Alright, let me go into the menu and mess around with the option. Like, let's turn on cheat. Now I can press 3 to add 1,000 to my score. Man, that is really just cheating. And if I press 4, I can actually change the day and night cycle. Like, even this whole menu has a dark theme. Let's also turn on the bot. And then let's try how the bot is gonna do. Alright, is the game now just gonna play itself? Oh my god. This is really satisfying to watch. Like, I'm really glad that logic games are so popular right now, because this is just awesome. This whole thing just running in scrap mechanic. Okay, actually I want to have a little sneak peek inside. Okay, so this is just a WASD converter. Oh, and here you can actually just see our dino jumping. But yeah, this is really amazing. Next is the 3.5U Climax train by Adam B. And does it sound spoiled when I say that I've seen better trains from Redstonia on the Scrap Mechanic server? Like, which is totally not to say that this is not awesome at all. Like, I especially like this more compact design of the train. Yeah, that's probably because I don't have the right train tracks for this. That's kinda sad, but oh my god, the wheel is actually spinning and stuff. And like, the detail on this, like, even though this is a little bit smaller than the trains I've showed here before. Alright, I've just built a little track for this thing just because I want to show that this works. I just gotta say, this is a really small track. Like, this is so much bigger. Like, for this form factor, this is really good. And now let's just show that this thing actually works. Quite fast too. Now, sadly my track isn't that long. Now, 1 is just gonna be the lights, 2 is for the switch light direction, and 3 is the whistle. Yep, that sounds fairly train-like. I mean, still really cool. Now, this is probably gonna be the biggest creation so far. Like, just look at the preview. How big this thing is and how awesome it already looks. So this is the mobile base 1.10, which uses no mods too. Now, oh my god, it takes quite a while to spawn in, and now you can actually appreciate how huge this thing is. Consider this was built in survival, not creative. That already is blowing my mind. And I just let it off the lift and it keeps spinning for some reason. Alright, so here's a ladder we can climb onto. Like, this whole thing can even move. Like, how much fuel or batteries is this using in survival? I would really like to know. This is almost like taking a warehouse, sticking wheels to it, and making it your mobile base. So this is just the entry hall, as we can see, with lots of storage chests, and they're all connected to 4 different craft bots. So that's like quite the crafting powerhouse. We even have like switches for lights, and like here in the back we have a little garage where we can put things into. Then here we've got a refinery bot. I wonder where the resource collectors are though. Now I'm not... Oh, I just stopped the whole thing. That's good. Well, this is how you control this thing. Like there's multiple floors to this whole thing. It's insane. Like here we've got a little bit of a workbench, like even more storage chests, like even color. That's actually kind of helpful. But I assume if you build this in survival, you're gonna need a lot of storage. And we've got air conditioning as well, of course. Like this one looks like the engine room, which is also really cool detail. Like I don't think I ever had the patience to do this in survival. Oh, here's a little restroom. Yep, fairly basic. Then over here we should not enter this, which I'm of course gonna ignore. Like this is a really creative use of a cash register. Okay, and then I assume this is the control... No, this is not the control room. This is just the engine. As you can see with this amber that's like sitting there, that looks so good, honestly. And this has just been the first floor. Now there's this whole staircase thing that takes us to the next floor, where we yet again have another control thing, as well as the actual control room, which has like 3 seats in it. And this just looks so epic. Like, how did you farm all of this in survival? Oh, and if you think he did not legit farm this in survival, he also has a Twitch channel where he streams on, so I think you could watch old Twitch streams. Oh, look at this kitchen. Well, it's not a kitchen, it's more like of a dining room. Like, this has so many seats. There could legit be 20 mechanics on the ship. We also have these lovely balconies. Dude, this is just incredible. I wonder how this drives in survival. Like, this is so huge. How does it even fit onto the roads? Alright, and now, this was just the second floor, I think. Now we've got the third floor, of course. And there's like a whole city on top of this base. So first up, we have this telescope over here. And if I go all the way up here, we can actually look at the stars, I think. Yeah, this looks pretty cool. Then we have like a small house over here, which, you know, has some really neat furniture, I think. And even this one has a second floor, which is not really easy to get onto. Then we have a little shop over here that's just selling rotten vegetables. And a little balcony over here, which leads us to the home of the shop. Also pretty neat. Then there's also a little water silo. Another house, which is looking pretty cool. Oh, this is actually just the staircase, of course. And the staircase leads us to another home on top. Like, there could literally be 20 mechanics on this ship, and you wouldn't probably see anyone. Alright, now this is just a huge building on top. And this is just the first floor of it, which has another home inside it with like one of the most luxurious beds I've ever seen in Scrap Mechanic. Like, how do you grind all these parts? Now, the second floor of this huge building is like a little museum. So there's just a lot of resources just up for show. And I'm sure nobody would ever steal this component kit. Like, we even have a little garden on top of here. Dude, this is just incredible. Well, and the final floor of the second floor, I just lost kind of track of all those floors. But yeah, this is just empty for now. Like, it's so hard to believe this is a legit survival build, because not even most creative builds can rival this. Yeah, man, just appreciate this whole thing. Now, the most popular build on the workshop over the last 3 months is this playable Donkey Kong arcade game by myself and Wolfie. If you not have seen this thing in action, you should definitely watch the video I made about it. Like, I put a lot of effort into the video and this arcade machine. It literally took me like 2 months to make. And also thanks to every one of you who subscribed and made this one of the most popular builds on the workshop.